Hi there, it's Rachel Greig at Darkroom Door and welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be playing around with the new Distress Ink colour. This is Saltwater Taffy. Tim Holtz and Ranger have just released this colour, and in this video I want to have a bit of a play and create some backgrounds on these tags, just using some of the Saltwater Taffy but also combining it with some of the other Distress Ink colours. So I'll just start here with the Saltwater Taffy. I'm just going to press it here onto my non-stick craft sheet. And we're going to use some other ink colours as well. So this one here is the cracked pistachio. Just going to press some of that colour onto the non-stick craft sheet, and then also the peacock feathers. And so you can see here I've got quite a lot of the Saltwater Taffy because I was using the large Distress Ink pad, and then I've just used a small piece here of these other two colours because I still want the Saltwater Taffy to be the main feature of the background. So just spritzing a little bit of water, and then I've got a mixed media tag here, and then just pressing into that ink and then lifting off there. And you can see how you can get some beautiful blends with those colours. So I'm just going to leave that tag like that, and then I'm going to grab a white tag here, and then I'll just add a little bit more water there, and I might actually add a little bit more of the Saltwater Taffy just in there because I still want this to be the fairly dominant colour. A bit more water, there we go, and I'm just using a white tag now just so you can see the colour on a white tag. There we go, just getting a bit of that peacock and cracked pistachio, so you can see how that creates a really beautiful blend. And the Saltwater Taffy, the colour there, it's a bit more pinky peach on this one, and then it's a bit more orangey or coral peach over on this tag here. So it just creates some really nice different colours there depending on what your substrate is. So I'm not going to waste up this ink. I'm just going to tap in more of that and create some more backgrounds here on these tags. And if you've got little droplets like that, so this is a nicer little pastel version, and I'm just going to tap in and get some of these little droplets on this here so you can continue to build up your backgrounds on your tags. But I'm just going to wipe this because I want to do a new ink blend. So Tim, if you've watched his video, he did a little live stream this morning about the new colour and how it fits into the whole Distress palette with with the different pinks and the other different colours that he's got in the palette. So definitely go ahead and watch that. For this one here, I'm just using wild honey. Whoops, my little foam came out of the bottom there of this one, and a little bit of ripe persimmon. And again, we'll just a bit of water here. Grab another mixed media tag, and then mixing that together. Get a bit more of that Saltwater Taffy up the top there, and it blends really beautiful with all those little lovely warm colours as well. So I'll set that one aside to dry. Grab another one here just to mop up this excess ink. Okay, so there's another little tag. I'll just set those ones over there. So you can create some really easy backgrounds. I'm just doing, normal distress backgrounds that you can create with just water and ink just on your non-stick craft sheets. You can also use an ink blending tool, which I will do soon. Okay, so a bit of broken china. This one's just broken china. And see how it goes with, let's go shaded lilac for a nice little subtle purple hint. Okay, spritzing with water again. And onto this mixed media tag. So you could sit here and just play with this all day. It's a lot of fun. And have lots of backgrounds on hand. See, look how beautiful it looks with those colours, with the hint of shaded lilac and the broken china, and then you've got the Saltwater Taffy. So this colour really is going to go with anything. Look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a white tag this time, and I'm just going to tap that in. These white tags that I have aren't very they don't take water as well as the mixed media tags. The mixed media tags, as you can see, the colours blend really, really beautifully. These ones here are just a little bit less absorbent, but, or sorry, more absorbent, but yeah, they don't blend as well as that. But you still get some beautiful backgrounds on here. You can see the texture in the tag just there, which is quite nice. So look at that, that's lovely and beautiful. I'll just tap a bit more ink up the top there. So that's nice, so that will dry and create a beautiful background. So you can see here how you could actually just play all day just creating these lovely fluid backgrounds. What I'd like to do now though is create a ink blend. And I'm just going to grab one of these white tags and then the ink blending tool, which I've got here. Now this has already got a foam on it with the Saltwater Taffy, and I just want to show you how it looks when you're ink blending. So what I'm doing is I'm using an ink blending tool with a foam at the bottom and just tapping it here onto the Distress Ink pad, and then just starting from the outside and moving the blending tool in circle motions just so it keeps it nice and rounded so you don't get any harsh lines onto your tag. And so this is the pure colour here of Saltwater Taffy, just in the Distress Ink version on a white tag. And so you can see how rich the colour is when you're just doing direct ink blending, and it's a really, really lovely colour. So it's a very, very nice addition to the Distress Ink palette. And if you watch Tim's video, he shares lots of different ideas, and with all the other items in the Distress Ink line. So the embossing glazes and the sprays, the distress paint as well. So you've got some really nice products there to work with. So there's just a little part. Actually, I'll do some down the bottom as well, and we'll do a blend through the middle with another colour. So it's just one of those colours that's just going to work with anything, because if you keep it like I did before with the warm tones, so all the yellows and all the oranges, you get these really beautiful warm blends. But then if you mix it with another cool colour, then you'll get another little blend as well. So, you know, you don't have to just stick within the one colour family. Let's go with cracked pistachio, and I'll get a little foam for that one. Whoops. Getting some ink colour there onto my foam, and I'll just start from the side here and go up. And so these little tags, I'm just working on tags, but you can be working directly onto card bases or any background that you want to use for card making. You could be doing this inside an art journal page if you wanted to, you know, work directly into a Dilutions journal or a Dina journal. Any type of journal. If you're doing watercolouring as well, you can use these Distress Inks to colour your stamped images. So there's lots of different ways, and if you check out our other card making tutorials where I use Distress Inks in a lot of those videos as well, just showing you how they can be used to like create backgrounds like this, but also to colour with as well. So there's lots of different ways you can use Distress Inks. Okay, so that's a really beautiful blend there with the cracked pistachio. And just for something different, I will use the Peacock Feathers. Now that foam is there. I'll put that, you can store your little foams in the back of your minis. So just going on there, grab this colour. And I'm just doing this just to show you just some different blends using these colours. Now this little ink pad's quite juicy, so it's giving me lots of ink, which is nice. And then blending that down there, just to get a bit more colour over this as well. So I'm kind of going into the cracked pistachio as well with this one, and it's a bit richer over this side, so I'll just blend that out a little bit further. And so you can see here where the Peacock Feathers is meeting the Saltwater Taffy, you're getting like a really nice, like the purple look here as well. So you can just get some really like new colors as it blends from one color into the other. So that's a nice little background there. So some of these are nice and dry, so I'm just going to stamp on top of those and just show you what it looks like when you stamp on top of them. So there's that lovely warm tone one. I'll just move those distress inks aside. So we've got lots of different ink blends here using all of the tags that I was creating here with the Saltwater Taffy. So you can see here how you can get some really nice pastel looks. You can get more richer looks, more warm looks, depending on what ink colors. But it just gives that really nice peachy pink color to your backgrounds. And now what I'm going to do is just stamp over the top, because sometimes it's lovely to look at the backgrounds, but it's also nice to see how it looks when you've stamped over the top. I've just got one of our new stamps here. This is a Scribble Flowers stamp set, and this stamp here shows how you can create your own little flowers on your projects. Use this one here for this tag. I'll just stamp up here using an Archival jet black ink, just to show you the contrast just against the lovely background we've got going on here. So I'm just tapping on the ink onto my stamp here, and I'll stamp this here. So in the little Scribble Flowers, you've got your little flower top, and then you've got some stems. So this stem here, this one's got the little leaves on the side. There's other stems that don't have the leaves. You can mix and match those. And then you just stamp this like so to create a little fun tag. And then you can just add some little words down the side there. So now let's stamp a quote over one of the other ones. Let's use I'll use this quote here, one of our new quote stamps, Wild as the Sea, this one's called. So we'll go with one of the blue ones for this one. Okay, and again I will ink this up using the jet black ink. So there's so many different ways you can use these, or use this new colour. And it's a fun little story that Tim said about the name. I wasn't sure where Saltwater Taffy came from, because I didn't know the history of that sweet that they sell over in America. So Tim was telling me all about it. So it was a fun little story. So if you haven't heard about that, then definitely go and check out Tim's video. I'll link that in the description below as well. Okay, so I'm just stamping up here using this Wild as the Sea quote stamp, lifting off there. So you can see how it's really beautiful to stamp over the top of and to create some really nice background blends using this new colour, Saltwater Taffy. So these are just some of the backgrounds that I was doing with this new ink colour. What it also works really well with is our Sweet Treats stamp set, obviously with Saltwater Taffy being a little candy name. And I'll just stamp this tag here, just using some of these stamps just for fun. We'll just do actually what we'll do is grab out of this one the little sweet lolly, sweet birthday wishes. That will be cute. So for this one here, and what I might do for this one, actually I'll get a smaller block if I can find one. Yes, I've got a smaller block here. Okay, so this one, what we'll do for this one is use the Distress Oxide Saltwater Taffy, and we'll stamp up this cute little wrapped lolly, which is what Sweetwater Taffy is, and we'll stamp it all over here just as a little hint of a background. So tone on tone for your background, but you can see there how it is stamping beautifully with this ink. And I'll just leave a little bit of a space there for that sentiment, and then moving that around. So I really like stamping with the oxide ink because it still retains all the detail in the stamps, which is lovely. So, and you can even emboss that because that stays wet long enough for you to emboss. Same with the distress ink, you can still use them as embossing inks, and all you need to use is a clear embossing powder over the top, and then you've embossed your image. So there's lots of different options when you're using the distress inks. Okay, so I'm just stamping this in black so it stands out a bit more. Stamping that in the center there. And then you've got a beautiful little gift tag that you could put on top of a gift or presents that you want to give to someone for their birthday. So I hope you've liked these little ideas that I've done. This is just like a first initial play just with these little ink colours, or the Saltwater Taffy ink colour, which I am loving already, and I know it's going to go really well with a lot of our stamps, especially our sweet treats like for birthdays, and also including it here with any of our other colours, and it'll just be a fabulous addition to the Distress line. So we have these products, the new Distress colour, available on our website, or you can ask for it at your favourite craft retailer. Thanks so much for watching.